All right, so we're gonna get right into the makeup and a message. I haven't did one of these in so long, so like bear with me. I'm gonna try and make this as interesting as possible. But we're gonna be talking about the list, okay? So you all know, and I'm assuming it's more so women that watch me. So this video is really probably more so catered to women. And I thought this would be like a fun topic to talk about, considering I'm dating. Now, when I say dating, it's not like I'm a serial dater and I'm like going out with 6-7 guys at a time. I'm not that type of person. I don't know. It's just like too much for me and too much for me to remember. And typically if I went on 1 or 2 dates and I just see that you're just not really my type, I wouldn't say I'd necessarily ghost you, because women would be like, you know, like, guys do that to us. Why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah. But I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Kind of. You know, I'll just kind of like stop responding, stop texting back or whatever. That's my dating journey. You know, I'll stop doing that once I'm dating someone like exclusively that I feel like is like worth like more so my time. And we've like established like or had a conversation saying it's more so exclusive, and then I'll stop dating, you know. And I'll just be dating them. But until, you know, I'm like taken, I date, you know. I date. So that gets me to, I'm dating around, right? And I go on dates, and with some dates I know immediately that I'm probably never going to see this guy again. Some dates I know, okay, this has a little bit of potential. So how do I know that? Do I have like a list, you know, or is it just a vibe? What is it? What makes me know if this guy is my type or not? Now, I kind of jotted down like a few things that I kind of look for in a man. But before this, I didn't really actually have a list, if you like want to call it that. I never really had a list. It's just like, you know, stuff that I want in a guy, and if I see that, typically I'm just like, okay, potential. It's given very much potential. So the first thing is going to be a sense of humor. I am more so a stickler for that, and that's just because when guys don't have a sense of humor, it's just really dull. And I feel like guys without a sense of humor kind of get upset easily, or they take everything to heart when you don't even be, you know, meaning anything by what you're saying. Like, it's a joke. Like, can you take a joke? You know, like, calm down. It's not that serious type of thing. So I always definitely need a sense of humor, because I like to laugh. I like to enjoy myself, you know. So if you're not looking for a sense of humor, then you might just be a dry individual yourself, and that's okay. That's okay. Like, if you like to sit on dates and you just like look at each other and have like serious conversations about life, you know, you want to talk about the news, the weather, things of that nature, you do that. I'm just not that girl. I'm not that girl. Let's continue. So I'm not really gonna go too much into that. I just feel like that is a necessity for me. You need to have a sense of humor. That eliminates quite a few guys. If I'm on a date with you and it's kind of dry, I'm laughing, but inside I'm crying. I'm just like, you know, when I'm really just like, I want to be at home, you know, then I already know, yeah, it's not gonna be another one of these. But I say I should have been an actor, because you will never know. Like, you will really never know unless it's a good date. Then typically, you know, because I'll say it's a good date. But if it's not a good date, you won't know unless you do something that's just like absurd. I'll act like it was the best day ever, and then you'll never hear from me again.
Why?
That is terrible. When I say stuff out loud, I'll be like, oh, that is terrible. But it's very much so true. It is. I'm sorry. It is.
It's late.
Now, my next thing would be a guy that just makes time for me. I believe that my guy should be a bit busy. You know, how do you have so much time on your hands in order for you to be texting me all day, every day? You know? So I expect you to be a tad bit busy. I'm busy. So you need to be too. You need to be, you know, have some type of business about yourself but I still expect a guy to make time for me, whether it's one date a week, or you pick up the phone, call me, and we have a conversation or something like that. Because I don't want to text all the time. But I think that's like, that kind of speaks for itself. I want someone that's going to make time for me. Like, to me, you make time for people that you want to make time for. Y'all know, like, guys that you're not really that interested in, it's so much easier for you to just be way too busy to have a conversation with them, or you're just too busy to pick up the phone, things of that nature, because you're just really not that interested. And that's just the case. But with a guy that you're really interested in, you'll make time. When he texts you, you're gonna text back, whether you're out of town, any of that. So I feel like guys, it's the same way. They're gonna make time for people that they want to make time for. So don't let them fool you with the I was busy or this or that. No, that's not the case. He's just not that into you. And that's okay. And I try not to. And a lot of times we have to kind of like humble ourselves a little bit, because sometimes I'll be feeling like, okay, I am that girl, so it couldn't be me, But sometimes it is what it is. Like, they're just not that interested, or they're like talking to other people, so you're not high on their priority list. And if that's the case, I'm not going to be on the list at all. If I'm not going to be at the top, I'm not going to be on the list at all. I know that's right. That's just how I look at it. That's how I view it. So you're going to treat me like that girl, or I'm not going to be your girl. Okay, let's continue. I have been on dates where like women are like a little overly flirtatious, like the waitresses, stuff like that. I've been on a few dates, actually. I've even been on a date with one guy that had like a wandering eye. Girl, that's a story time right there. But always, this is makeup and a mess. So even though we're talking about a list, or like what I expect in a guy, or what I look for when I date and all that jazz, I gotta throw a little hidden gem and all that type of stuff in there. And this is gonna be one of them. So when you're in those type of situations where either the guy's a little too flirtatious, or the women around are a little flirtatious, y'all, hear me when I say, don't ever let them see you sweat. Ever. Like, it's something for me, because most of the time, if I'm dating the guy I'm going out with or whatever, he's not going to be not attractive. You know what I mean? So the women are going to look and all that jazz. Now, if he's looking at other women, it depends on how many dates we've been together, or how we're talking. But I take that as a huge red flag, just because I think that's disrespectful. If I'm with you and you're like, choosing and stuff like that, and I'm sitting right in front of you, like, who do you think you are? Oh, you bold. You are bold. So 9 times out of 10, if it's like the first or second date, there won't be a third. That's like simple math. 1, 2, 3 strikes you out. But if like we're talking or whatever, and how some guys are just kind of a little manipulative, so they'll act like you didn't see what you just saw. I love that. I love how they be trying to play you. Like, just like, oh, what are you talking about? They love to do that. And I'm just like, okay, so I didn't see you turn around looking at her butt. I didn't see that. You didn't do that in front of me. I'm just crazy. Like, guys love to do that. But I still stand by what I said. Don't ever let them see you sweat. Now, at my age, like before, I would check that. I'm like, you're not going to do that in front of me. If you want her, go get her. I'll grab my keys and head out. Like, I was that girl back then. Now, I'm going to enjoy my dinner, enjoy the conversation, and you're lucky. You are lucky if you ever even see me again, let alone talk to me or date me. Like, that's just how I do it. If you already like looking around and stuff, like, first of all, I need your undivided attention. Okay? Like, you are lucky. Now, if it seems like a little bit more innocent, I'll let it slide. Or if it's been like a conversation, like they know each other or something like that, most of the time I let that stuff slide. It's not that big of a deal for me. And also, it says a lot about you. These scenarios kind of showcase whether you're secure in yourself or not. Because women that kind of like if you act a fool with something like this, it gives off that you're insecure. And me, the way I'm set up, you're not messing with me on your best day. So why would I feel some type of way with you fawning over the guy that's taking me out? Is he taking you out, or is he taking me out? Or are you a beggar? You know what I mean? Are you thirsting? That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. It's giving very much thirsty. It's giving very much Sahara. You know, you need a sip of water. Like, that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. And I can't fathom me making you feel like you're doing anything to me, making me feel any type of way. Like, never.
Not today. Not today, Satan.
Never that, okay? So yeah, so like, take warning to that, because this is like something that it happens quite a bit. You'd be shocked, especially if you typically like go out or date like more so attractive men. You're gonna have those women that like to, you know, kind of play games or whatever, or be a little overly flirtatious and all that, and let them do them. Let them do them. Because if you got to do all that, you're not wanted. At least not like I'm wanted. Because I ain't never, ever had to do all that. Okay? No, like, honey, I sit, smile, laugh, bat my eyes, and get in my car and go home after I'm full. And then with the guys that you get that are like, you know, have a wandering eye, you let that eye wander. You enjoy your meal, you enjoy the day, and you go on about your business. And let him continue to wander. Because trust me, that junk get worse. That junk get worse. And it doesn't say anything about your self-esteem. It just says that you don't play them type of games. Simple as that. Let's move on. Now, another thing that I typically look for is a gentleman. Like, it's the little things. I don't expect for like the works. Like, if y'all watch my videos, y'all know that normally on the first few dates, sometimes the first few months, I drive myself to the dates, just in case, because I'm that girl. I'm like, if I feel like this date is over, and I'm going home. I don't like to have to wait on nobody. I don't like to be on other people's time. I like to drive myself to and fro. So with me saying that, I don't expect you, like, if I pull up, I don't expect you to be, you know, breaking out in a sprint to my car to open my door. You know what I mean? Like, certain things I don't expect. But if I'm walking into an establishment, I expect you to open a door for me. If we're meeting for a date and we like specify a time, I expect you to be there or early. And if you're not, I expect you to be fully in communication with me on where you are, how far away, all that jazz. I've left a lot of people right where they were because of this one rule. I have a story time about that. I probably do that. I might tell that story time for Foolishness Friday. I might do a Foolishness Friday right after this. Maybe I'll change my clothes so it don't look like it's like videos in the same day, even though it is. But yeah, I have a Foolishness Friday about that. But I am that girl. I will leave you right where you at. If you're late, and I mean 5-10 minutes late, I will leave. I will leave. I don't care how far you've driven. I don't care about none of that.
Bro, where you going? I got to go.
None of that. I will leave. If you don't communicate with me, letting me know what's up, I'm like, you ain't gonna have me out here looking like a fool. No, sir. No, sir. So you gotta be a gentleman. It's the simple things. Like, don't think you're gonna take me out on a date. I've never experienced this, so I just talk about it because of like the horror story looking videos I've seen. I've even covered one on my channel. But like taking me out to dinner and not paying for it, like I said, I've never experienced that. And if I ever did, oh my gosh, I don't know how I would react to that. I'm sure I would just pay and be on my way. But ew. Like, it's just like, ew, you know. I just find that so unattractive. Like, you're a man, right?
Are you a man? Like,
I just can't with that. But yeah, like simple things like paying for my meal, opening the door when we're walking in and out of the restaurant or wherever we're at. I expect you to open the door for me. And I'm a Southern Belle. Like, it's just mandatory for me. My dad does that. My stepdad does that. My granddad does that. Like, I've seen that. So I expect that. That's all it is. It's not like, oh, I'm think so highly of myself, which I do. But you know what I mean? Like, I expect that because that's what I've seen. That's what I grew up with. Like, if you're walking on the street and on the side where the cars are coming, the man's supposed to walk on that side. It just is what it is. Like, I remember telling, I'm about to go into stories. Like, I have so many story times that could be like so funny, but y'all, I'm not trying to have this video be super long, so I'm gonna stick to the topic. But yeah, like, those are necessities for me because I like to feel like a woman. I like to feel feminine. I like to feel cared for, secure. Those are ways, like, if it is guys that's watching these videos, I think it's more so women on my channel, but either way, like, that's how you can make your woman feel secure without you having to beat down Jimmy from the block. You know what I mean? Like, me, I don't expect you to just be going to blows for me and all that type of stuff to make me feel safe and secure, because normally I got a mouth on me. We all know that from watching my channel, but I'm not picking fights. You also know from my channel that I don't believe in fighting, all that type of stuff. I'm not going to be cussing no grown man out where my man has to like fight for my honor. I'm not doing none of that. I don't understand when women be going toe to toe with these 6'8", cock diesel men. Like,
to this day,
no, I'm not doing none of that. None of that. Like, that is the dumbest thing to me. Like, no. So I'm not the type to expect you to be going to blows for me. But it's like the little things like that over my door that makes me feel feminine, that I expect, that I like. And if you do, you get a point. You get a point. So let's keep it going, because again, I'm not trying to have this over 25 minutes. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yes. Wipe the lens off. I don't know why my lens be like, but don't it look so much clearer? Maybe it's just me, but it seems like it looks like way clearer. But anyways, so also something I look for, it's like positivity. I don't like somebody that's always complaining and carrying on and all that type of stuff. I want you to like be enjoying life. You know what I mean? Like, you got some aspirations. You look forward to the next like 10 years of your life and all that type of stuff. I look for positivity, because just imagine you get serious with this dude, and then a few years down the line, he's always like, woe is me and all that jazz. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like, and I'm not trying to be like insensitive, because you're gonna have moments in your life where things don't work out, and for better or for worse, simple. But if they start from the jump negative and like a downer, why would I sign up for that? Some women are just like a little desperate. I'm gonna keep it completely honest. You're just a little desperate. You're willing to take whatever thrown at you, and I'll throw it right back. I will throw it right back. Picture you on a date, and it's a guy, and he's just like, yeah, but just like, it's hard out here, but I do what I can. I try and make do, because I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. First of all, ill. Second of all, like, I don't need to know all that. Like, especially not on like the first few dates. Like, if you were raised in the hood, you don't know who your daddy is, all that type of stuff, like, that's your business. Now, I'm not your girl. I know this is probably gonna sound like, Crystal, are you serious? But I'm sorry, I'm very serious. Like, at this moment in time, I'm not your girl. So you can't expect me to want to hear about your tales from the hood. Like, I'm not into the hood guy mentality. I'm not into the lockup tales unless I'm watching them on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that girl. I don't find that attractive. I was, even back when like sagging was popular, when I was like younger, I found that very unattractive.
Ew, get off of me.
Like, I've just never been that girl. So it's maybe different for you all. Maybe you all like a guy that's like real straightforward, that tells you like, oh, things aren't looking up, but you know, it is what it is. I can roll with the punches. Maybe y'all like that. But on the first day, I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying. I need positivity, okay? Like, I need laughs. I need laughs and giggles, okay? I need a good time for me to want to have a second time with you. Like, that's just how I look at it. I look for positivity in any and everybody that I keep around me. So if you don't, you know, then who knows? Like, that might just be your personality, or you just like, you're not a stickler for that. But you might want to reconsider that, especially if you're the type that's like kind of woe is me anyway. You might want to consider that. Yeah, big time. Let's continue. Only a few more left. I'm sure it's more, but this is just like, to me, like the more so main ones. So yeah, I need my man God-fearing, okay? Like, y'all like, here she go. But no, for real though, God-fearing, that's a big thing for me, because even dating like atheists or something like that, you know, we have to be somewhat equally yoked. Like, even if you're not like a full-blown Christian, but you believe in God or you believe in Jesus or stuff like that, then I could probably work with that. But, or you don't go to church all the time, but you still have a relationship with God, again, I could probably work with that. But people that just have no religious background, they don't believe in anything, I don't feel like long-term I can relate to somebody like that. Because to me, you need some sort of foundation. Like, what's keeping you afloat? What's keeping you stable? I be feeling like atheists or people like that, they like 2 seconds away from like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm taking, my mind be going so left so fast. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah. But it's just like, if you feel like you don't have to answer to anyone, and what you do is just what you do, what makes me think that along the lines you're not gonna treat me wrong? Like, you don't feel like there's no higher power that is gonna hold you accountable for your actions. I don't think women like consider the fact that if you marry someone that doesn't have any religious beliefs and you end up having children with that person, that dynamic is like set on your kids too. So whether you believe in God or not, what about your children? You know, it's just like, and then when you think about it, and for any of you that have a relationship with God, or had a relationship with God, or even just know God in general, like, the way you do things is different. People can talk and bash about like Christians all they want, but the dynamic and what we believe in is healthy, and it's honest, and it's trustworthy, it's considerate, you know, just how he expects us to live our lives is something to be proud of. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody saying like, oh, I don't want to marry, like, oh, you don't want to marry a Christian woman. Why? Because her values are these, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Christians, oh, you're not supposed to be lying, you're not supposed to be stealing, you're not supposed to be doing anything in excess. So that would mean drinking, smoking, all that jazz. You're not supposed to be fornicating, so moving around and having sex with this person and that person, building all these soul ties, all that type of stuff. You're not supposed to be cheating people and carrying on. You're supposed to treat others how you want to be treated. Like, who doesn't want somebody with these characteristics? Who doesn't want someone that feels like they're gonna reap what they sow? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? So if you get with somebody, if you feel like if you have these values and you have these traits, but you get with somebody that has no fear in God, so they have no worry in the world that if they do anything to you or do anything to anybody else, there's nobody there that's going to hold them accountable. And I find that a little bit scary. Put in the comments, let me know what y'all think, because a lot of people, they don't share the same beliefs as me, blah blah. And it's not even something I bring up on a first date per se, unless I'm getting like kind of hints that you're an atheist or you don't believe in nothing, then I'll bring it up. But that's not even something I normally bring up on the first date. Sometimes I do, it just depends on how the date's going. Like, it just depends. But yeah, like, y'all got to think about that stuff. It's just like certain stuff people don't be really taken into consideration, but I do, and to me that helps me date quicker or kind of drop off some of the dead weight. Let's continue. Okay, so I need to be secure. So when I say secure, that's not just financially, that's like spiritually, emotionally. I need to know, like, I need to feel safe with you. And a lot of guys like, oh, we just want it for the money. No, that's not the only reason why I say secure, because I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work, because I don't like the feeling of having to ask anybody for money to get the things that I want. When I want something, I want to be able to get it right then and there. I like to shop. I feel like it's therapeutic, and I'm not about to be running to you like you my daddy. I'm not doing it. You know, I'm just not gonna be doing all that. So I plan to work until I'm old enough to retire and have a lot of money on the side, where I can travel and do whatever the heck I want to do. I'm gonna work, period. So it's not all about that. At least not to me, it's not. But I need to feel secure in the relationship. I need to know that you're not gonna just walk out on me one day. You know, I look for that. And you're like, how do you look for that on dates and all that type of stuff? Hold on. Yes, I'm drinking coffee at whatever time it is. I know it's like probably like 6 in the afternoon. You're like, how do you look for that on dates? So, questions. Like, it's very few dates that I didn't ask a lot of questions. And that means I was like either just really enjoying myself or kind of got sidetracked in the conversation. But it's very few dates that I don't ask questions. And when you find out, you can find out if people are like, will make you feel secure and things of that nature by asking them about their previous relationships. To me, people like really sleep on this. When you ask people about their previous relationships, even if it's kind of bad blood between their ex or whatever, if they seem like they kind of learned from the relationship, that's a good sign. Or they took something out of the relationship, that's a good sign. But if they're just bashing their ex, they got so much terrible things to say and all that jazz, that's a little different. Like, when people typically ask me about my ex, I don't go into detail unless it's just like they're prying, like really wanting to know a bunch of information and stuff like that. That's a little different. But I don't just be bashing and all that type of stuff. For one, that's not attractive. Nobody wants to hear no grown woman complaining about their ex the entire day. You're weird. You're just a little weird. Like, and that's okay. But me, like, you know, I could talk about it all day, but I won't. I just won't. And you shouldn't either. It makes you look hung up on your ex. It's like, it's just a little weird. It's just a little weird. Now, but you ask them about the kind of like the dynamic of their past relationship. Like, how was it? Did you all live together? Or like, you know, stuff like that. You ask those type of questions and you kind of see where their head is, like, or what they typically do in relationships, what they expect in a relationship. I don't expect to be living with you. That's not one of my things. But if your ex was living with you before, obviously, like, and then you find out, yeah, I was paying all the bills, because a lot of times that stuff will slip up. Like, yeah, she was living with me, I was paying all the bills, blah, 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 but she just lay up all day. You know, like, because people, if you set the questions up right where it doesn't seem like it's prying, a lot of times they'll give you all the information. And I know that because I'm like that too. Like, it's a way you had to hold a conversation where people feel comfortable enough to tell you their business. Because, like, I went on one date with one guy. I'm like telling all of my dates, stuff like that. Hopefully they'll be watching my YouTube. Anyway, some of them a little off, you know. Like, I'm like, one guy, he just knew so much about me. It was just like so weird. I'm like, you Google me, fam? Like, you know, it's just like, it was just a little off. It was like a little off. But I kind of ghosted, you know. And he said something to me, texted me from a different number, like, about it. But anyways, I ain't gonna go into that. But even with him, like, when he was asking me about my ex and all that type of stuff, I didn't go into detail.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. How was the relationship? It was okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, but if you set the conversation up right and the date is good, they'll open up. They'll open up. It's inevitable. Like, it just, I know that from experience. Like, with some people, I'm not about to be telling you all, like, all about my past relationships, stuff like that. You know, no, I'm not doing all that. And with others, like, it was just the way the vibe was, the conversations were, it kind of just worked. It was okay. Like, where I was like a little bit more comfortable, and next you know, you spilling all your guts. Why? I don't know, but this is, it just happens like that. But anyways, let's keep it going. This video is getting real long and I don't like it. I'm almost done with my makeup, so yeah, let's go. All right, you guys, I found a sponge, so I kind of want to dab at my concealer just a little bit. I think this is like one of my most makeup looks, and that's crazy. Like, I feel like this is one of my best makeup looks, and all I did was like do my makeup how I used to do it, like really, really simple, and it kind of came out like A1. Anyways, I will tell y'all the last one on the list. I'm sure it's more that I look for, but like I said, this video can't be too long, so I just did like the major ones. Y'all gonna be like, you really say this one for last? You so trifling. We know this. So let me go ahead and put the best mascara on. I'll be back, show y'all my final look, and then we'll go over the last one.
I see some ladies tonight, the shit be rolling with Jason. What's your name? I see some ladies tonight, the shit be rolling with Jason. Everybody's like, he's no item. Please don't like him. He don't wife him. He one night some. Now she don't like him. She never met him. Ruby's trying to take advantage of him. He won't let him. He don't need him. So he treats him like he treats him. Better them than me. She don't agree with
all right, you guys. So this is the final look. Simple little lippy, mascara, basic brows, a little bit of concealer. You know, it's definitely giving summertime. It's definitely giving summertime. Very comfy, chill, lounge type of look. I love it. I love it. Love it. Okay. So, y'all, if you've made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button, you guys, because you know you want to, and it's free. Notification bells, you notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the last one. So the last one I'm gonna talk about today is attractive. Y'all like, no, you didn't say that to the last one. Yes, I did, but let me tell you all why. So we can all say, oh, you know, it's looks aren't important if you love the person or if you really care, but how do you know you love the person? How do you know you really care about the person if they don't you don't make it to the date? You have to be somewhat attracted to them. Like, you just do, you know, unless they start off like friends. Because I've had like exes that kind of grew on me, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really checking for them, but slowly but surely you spend a lot of time with them and they just kind of grew on you. You learn to love them. But that's not reality most of the time. You know, most of the time someone catches your eye and you're intrigued, you know? I just feel like it's a first impression type of thing. And if you're kind of if I find you attractive and it grows into something else, it's like, it just is what it is. But I do have to be attracted to you, unfortunately. Like, it's just like I have to be somewhat attracted to you. And so it did make the list. I know it's a little trifling, and I don't know why I said it to the last thing, but it is the last one. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and this makeup and a message. I haven't done one in forever, but yeah, I'll see you all on Wednesday for the Wardrobe Wednesday. Bye guys.